Who sponsored my trip? Come closer, let me tell you. It was my sugar daddy. What is wrong? You don't want to spend your money? What? It will hurt you, you will die? I'll go ahead and do it for myself. Because why? I'm very important. I'm an important person. I love myself. Why mistreat yourself? What happened to self-love and care, you know? Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. In today's video, I'm actually going to talk about my last trip to Swakopmund. Most of you wanted to know who sponsored my trip. And then you also wanted to know how much it cost, and then you also wanted to know the activities that I did, what did I do, how did I go about it, you know, like, because I did a solo travel and most people are afraid to travel alone, you know. So, and then I'm just gonna give you a little tips here and there on how to keep safe when you're traveling alone and what to do or look out for when you plan to go or do a solo trip. Okay, so first I'll start with how do you go about it when you really want to go on a solo travel. Okay, so what you do, you already have an idea of where you want to go. All right, I knew I wanted to go to the coast where there's a sea, but I knew I didn't want to go too far, like as in Henties Bay or Ludritz or something like that. So I searched for Swakopmund or Walvis, you know. So what you want to do, you have to identify the place that you want to go to, and then you go on Google. Okay, you can search whatever you want, but what I usually do, what gives me more accurate places, what I do, I search lodges in Swakopmund. And one advice I would like to tell you is that put your location on so that this Google can actually locate the places for you. If your location is on your phone, Google will be able to get the places easier for you. They'll be able to locate you. So put your location on, and then you just go on Google, you search. Now if you want to like go to a place close to wherever you want to go, then you search lodges in Swakopmund. If you want to go to Keetmans, lodges in Keetmans, something like that. All right, and then if you do that, sometimes some lodges will pop up, or you can, I usually like going on TripAdvisor. So that website, what it does, it actually gives you all the lodges that are in that place that you searched. All right, and then it gives you an option to put how many people are looking for that place and for which dates you want to schedule or look for that place, just to make sure that the place is not fully booked. And then it also gives you the price, the total price of how much it will cost you if you stay for, like, let me say 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 days. It gives you the total amount. All right, so you search, you put in the place, and you have to make sure that you put in how many people are looking for that place. So if you're alone on a solo trip, you select one person. How many nights do you want? You want 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights, a whole week? Then you put in the number of nights that you want. Okay, and then it will throw out the places that are available, the prices on those specific dates that you chose, right? The prices for those days, and then what is included as well. It gives you a whole description of that place. Does it include breakfast, or it doesn't include breakfast? Does it have any extra like goodies and stuff like that, you know? I always look for a place which include breakfast, Wi-Fi, and then when I go to the coast, I want a place that is right next to the beach. I don't want to go to a place where I have to travel a whole kilometer or 2 kilometers to go to the sea. I want to be right on the beach. So it's according to your need, right? So, and then after that, what you must do is that you must call the place. Sometimes on the website they give you, I would say sometimes it's estimated prices, so it might look too expensive and you get frightened, or you might like this place, but the moment you just put in the details, it gives you a price range that is very high for you, or you're afraid of it. So what I would advise is that call the place, because with what I did, the price that I was given on TripAdvisor, it was actually higher. So when I called, then they told me, no, we actually have a special, but they don't update that on their website. So when you find a place that you like, call the place and ask how much will it cost me for this and this and this and this. Then they'll actually, like, most of them, they like emails, and they'll tell you, okay, email us here and here what you want, how many days you want, then we'll send you the quotation. All right, then they'll send you the quotation. So then you see how much the place costs. So what I advise, once you select your own place that you want, make sure when you make the payment, because some places require you to make the payments before you go to the place. Like one of the lodge that I went to required me to make the payments before I reached my destination, before I went there. So just make sure when you make the payment into that lodge's account. Do not make the payment to the receptionist account, or don't let whoever assists you to say, no, make the payments to this account, which looks like it's not the lodge's account. When you choose that lodge or whatever that you want just make sure you search for it more. Look for it on Facebook as well, on Instagram. Like, you always see more of that place. Look for reviews. Those are the best, and they will even show you more, like real people come in and tell you how the place is really. And I love reviews because I believe reviews, most of them I usually write. Look for the reviews, look at the place, because sometimes the website does not really show you the real view of that place. Look at the reviews. People have posted pictures. I usually do that. I'm a TripAdvisor's reviewer. Like, I usually post things on TripAdvisor so that other people can use it. Google something, I don't know what they call it. I usually review places. I like doing that. Okay, so look for that, and then you make sure that that place that you're looking for or you're planning to go to is legit, and you make the payment to the correct account number and not to somebody's account number. Then you reach the place, they tell you, no, we didn't receive that payment, so make sure you make the payment to the correct account. You get the confirmation back that you have been your place has been reserved. You can go in as you inquired or as you plan to go, right? And also, I forgot to give you advices for people that are actually abroad planning to come into Namibia. Don't Google lodges in Namibia. That's too broad. Choose a place that you want and narrow it a bit down. So if you're abroad, I would say work with an agency, a traveling agency, just to be a bit on the safe side, guys, because there's so many crooks. There's so many crooks that take advantage of people that don't know the place. Like, people can do miserable things for you. They can either like make you pay for things that don't even exist. They can either so many things happen. Rather seek advice and help from a traveling agencies, or if you know your friend. And most of the time we want to travel to places that our friends or someone we know have been to that place. So if you know someone that they've been to that place, guys, don't be afraid. Even if it's on Instagram, you saw someone that went somewhere, DM them and be like, wow, I saw you look very nice in Bali or something, for example, like that. So like, how did you go about it? Can you be able to help me? I'm also planning to go there. Like, what advice would you give me? Something like that. Like, if a person is really kind, they'll come back to you and they'll tell you. If not, it's also fine. Like, you can move on and search for other alternatives. So if you're abroad, a tourist or something like that, look for a traveling agency, because you don't want to spend so much money. You don't want anybody crooking you. You don't want anybody, like, taxis are also sometimes here when they see that you are not from here, they'll charge you double or more because you don't know how much it costs to that place, So work, be smart, be confident, don't be afraid, guys. And when you're on a solo trip, don't be afraid to ask people. Okay, if you're afraid, if you're a shy person, just think about it like as if I'm only gonna do it today and tomorrow I'll forget about it. Or think about it like it's a new place, I don't know all these people, I'll never see them again, right? So don't be afraid, ask for help. Like, if you want a picture, ask for help. See that there's someone who looks reliable. Or if you go to a place where a restaurant, for example, or wherever, ask for someone to take you a picture. Like, ask for someone to, like, whatever, even like a video, they can be like, hi, can you please take me a video or a picture? Like, ask for that if you need that content. Now you are there like, yeah, I'm all alone, so who's going to take pictures of me? Who's gonna do this for me? Like, honey, you have a mouth to ask. God says ask and you'll be given. Ask the people. And the good thing about solo travel is that you actually make friends, and people are more willing to actually help you. I don't know why. Maybe they look at you like, oh, this lonely person alone. So they offer more help, like, compared to when you're in a group or when you're two. people are always, and they are very curious with you. Like that's one thing I learned. People are so curious with you. Like they want to know, oh, so why, like, you're on a solo trip, like why are you alone, like why are you alone, like they like so intrigued, like they want to know what is going on in your life, you know. So it's that's now the way you get the opportunity to actually take even advantage of this time and ask them like to help you take your picture. Like that's where you like get all this idea, like to ask them like places, recommend this for me, this, what can I do. But just try to be a judge of character. Don't just ask any random person, you know, and don't just tell any random person that you are alone and you're traveling alone so that they take advantage of you. No, don't do that. Okay, that's how it starts, right? And then the next thing that you want to look at is, if you are driving, that's fine, just find out that there's parking for your car, right? And then if you're not driving and you're using public transport or whatever, and you need transport to your destination, then make sure you at least find someone that lives in that place, or someone, just I would say like really look for someone that can give you or recommend someone that can be able to transport you in that location. Like for me, when I went to Swakop, I didn't have I wasn't driving or anything like this, so I was like inquiring with like close relatives. I inquired, one of my cousins knew someone there who is very reliable, so I use that person as my driver around, like to drive me around. And it's more reliable because even if you end up going out and you go to restaurants or whatever, you drink a lot or you become tipsy, you know, you can call that person and they can take you to your destination. They can take you back to your hotel, because you don't want to be in a strange place, you don't know anyone there, and then here you are, you're looking for cabs or whatever, and you don't trust the thing, you don't know how it works. All right, so you make sure your transport is secure. All right. And then you know, when you reach the place, man, you mustn't be afraid to tell the people that you're new in the area, like what could they recommend, what is nice in town, or what is fun to do in town. Like the people at the hotel, like you can ask them that. Like I don't know, people are so afraid. I'm not afraid to ask that. Like if I want something, I'll be like, oh, so don't you know like any nice restaurant around here, like is there something that you recommend, you know, I'm new in town, I'm not from here, and I like to do something fun, or I like to do this and this and this, and then the person will tell you. If there's something, they'll really tell you, you know. So and that's how I also went to one of the restaurants that was recommended by one of the people that was working at the lodges where I went to. Okay, and the other thing is, you must make your schedule before you even go to that place. Now you must already know what you want to go and do there. You cannot just book a hotel, sleep, wake up and go and come back to your to wherever, unless you are going for just a relaxation. Unless you're really just going to relax, all you want to do is just sleep in the hotel, check out for 2 days or whatever, check out and come back home. But if you really want to have fun, Google all the activities that you can do in that place. Like have a schedule, even if you don't know what is really there. Like have a plan, like okay, when I go there, I want to do this, I'm going to check in, after that I'm going to do this activity, or I have to, you can even write activity, then you like, when you are busy, then you search for all the things that you can do in that place, or you can go and ask for recommendation. So then you just say both check-in, activity to be done, what time, dinner what time, meet up who, or check out this place. Like you must have your schedule already before you get there, otherwise you're gonna waste your time. You're gonna waste your time so much, because you'll be like thinking now, okay, what can I do next? Like you don't have a plan, and it won't flow so nice for you. All right, so with me, I already knew what I wanted to go. I knew I was gonna check in, I was gonna go for the eco gliding, because that I already even Googled it before I reached there. And I called them and I asked them all the details, like how does it do, must I book? And then they told me, I'm like, I can book. So I already did all those things. All right, so you just don't want to inconvenience yourself. You have to do the things in advance so that everything flows smoothly. Okay, and then we move on. Yeah, this video is long. We move on. How much did the trip cost me? Or let me say, how much did I paid to stay in those hotels? So my booking was actually for 2 nights. I usually, what I try to do is, I don't really like going to one place and stay the whole week or the whole 2 nights in one place. What I actually like to explore different places. So that's what I also advise if you're alone, because you are flexible. You're not with anyone. You don't have kids with you. You don't have your husband or boyfriend or whatever with you to inconvenience someone. So when you're alone, you're flexible. You can do anything. You can make your own decision, right? So what I like to do is, like, if I could even have more days, like I would sleep at different the places, I'll finish them. So what I would advise is that when you want to go and sleep for longer than a day, rather book different hotels. Don't just limit yourself and stay in one hotel. No, book yourself. Like, I booked myself in 2 hotels, and if I was going to stay for another 3rd day, I was going to book myself again in another hotel. Okay, so the first hotel that I went to, I usually I choose the one that looks the best. It's like that the best one must be my first experience. That's how I chose it. The one that looks the best or feel more beautiful for me, it's my first choice, then the others follows, So my first guest house or hotel that I went to, it's called Beach Lodge. This one, this was very, very nice, like right next to the sea, guys, like right next to the sea. You can see it. I'll put a video somewhere here so you see how it looks like. That one, it costed me $700 per night. That it included breakfast. They also have a bar and restaurant, so you can have dinner if you want later in the evening, and they also have room service. And what else is unique about this place? Yeah, otherwise everything else, they have Wi-Fi, heater, whatever you need, they have it right there. Okay, and then the next place that I went to is called Boathouse. This one was actually cheaper than the other one. All right, this one, it was on the first floor, and it costed me $500. Is it 500 or 550? It was on special. They say they usually make the room for a single person for like roughly 1,000 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, and they had special, so it was like 500 Namibian dollars. And this also included breakfast. It included a jacuzzi, guys. It included like a lounge area with a TV, Wi-Fi. Yeah, and it's really, really nice, and they have extra things as well, like massage. I like that, and it was really a beautiful place. I'll put the video here so you guys see it. Okay, so in total that was like 1.2 for 2 nights, and it's so cheap, like so cheap for the places that I went to, like, which was so beautiful. It's really, really affordable, really affordable. Do your research and just see the best places that you can get for you, like, because I know there's value for money. There is value for money at different places. And then I just had, like, in the first night, I just had dinner at that restaurant as well. It's very, very affordable. In my last video that I made a tour of that room, I also put the menu, so you can go and check it out and see how affordable they are. For like literally 200 Namibian dollars, you can have a meal, dinner, and drinks, more than probably 3 drinks. Okay, if you want 1 drink, and it all depends to your budget, guys. Like, you don't need to limit yourself, like, no, I don't have money to go and do all these things, so I won't go. No, if you're comfortable, just do it. You can take the cheapest meal of the night. You can take 1 drink a night. You can even go for a drink only, and you can get your dinner, which is cheaper, like somewhere else, then you just go for dinner, for a drink, 1 or 2, or even just 1, just to get that experience and just feel that luxurious life. It's so free that we limit ourselves so much. Like, I don't even know why I do this. Why do we do this? What are we afraid of? So do that. Treat yourself. I love treating myself. Life is too short, guys, and I already told you guys why I did this solo trip, because of what happened in my life. And the next thing is, who sponsored my trip? Come closer, let me tell you. It was my sugar daddy. Yeah, that's what most of you were saying, guys. Like, I don't get it. Why do we always wait for someone to treat us nice? Why? Like, I don't get it, honestly. Like, why must you wait for someone to do something nice for you? And I can tell you, there's so many people, especially ladies, there's so many people that can afford to do anything they want, to treat themselves to the luxury that they want on an affordable budget, but they don't do it. You know why? because they're waiting for a sugar daddy, they're waiting for a boyfriend, they're waiting for a husband, they're waiting for someone to treat them. I don't get it. Like, why must you wait for someone to give you a nice treatment? I love myself so much that I would, if you can, hear me well, if you can treat yourself. You don't need to wait for anybody else to treat you. If you can and you have the means to, treat yourself, guys. Treat yourself. Like, I don't get it. Like, we always waiting for magic, or you ask God, send me a man who will do this for me. Why don't you do it for yourself, honey? Why don't you do it for yourself? What is wrong? You don't want to spend your money? What? It will hurt you. You will die. So this is the wrong thing that, like, most ladies don't like doing. I like treating myself. Okay. So I think maybe I don't have the patience to wait or beg someone and be like, do this for me, I want this and this and this. Like, if a person wants to do something for you, they will do it. You don't even need to ask, they will do it. So if they're not doing it, then why don't you do it for yourself if you can? Like, that's what I do. So I don't wait for someone. If they even do it for me, that's a bonus, but I'm willing to do it for myself. And what you don't even know is that people actually do things for people when they say that you actually do things for yourself. So when you do things for yourself, other people can actually invest in you because they see that you invest in yourself. No, you are just there like, hello my sister, hello. So that's my advice. If you can, you have the means to, and you really want to try something new, you want to do a solo travel, you want to go to a restaurant that you really like or you saw, or just something, you know, and you're really just there like waiting for a man, but you even have money in your account, honey, but you're just saving that money. Like, you can die tomorrow. You can die tomorrow and we're gonna eat that money. We inherit your money. I'm not saying be unwise. I'm not saying be reckless and spend all your money like there's no tomorrow. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm like, some people can afford to do things for themselves, but they're so stingy with themselves that they wait for other people to do it, which sometimes it never happens. So what happens? They live miserable. They want the life of other people that they can actually do for themselves, you know. So do something for yourself nice. I love treating myself. I feel very good when I do something nice for myself, you know. Other people do things for me, but I'm willing to do things for myself. I don't have a problem with it. And that's the advice I would like to give to ladies. Do something nice for yourself, honey. So yeah. And then so basically this trip was sponsored by Mwah. I sponsored myself. Like what's wrong with that? Like, yo guys, yeah, I sponsored myself. No sugar daddy, no boyfriend, no whatever. And it's just so, it's so my mind gets blown away. Like, when I was on that trip, like, people were literally asking, who is the man behind all this? Like, people ask that, who is the man behind all this? Show us the guy, show us the what, show, like, guys, the man, which man doing this? Is it only men that can afford such things or what? Like, everybody can do it for themselves. Ladies can do things for themselves. It's just that sometimes we choose not to do it. But you can do something nice for yourself. And I don't have that patience. Like, honestly, I don't have that patience. If I want something and I can afford it, or I have the means to do it, I'll do it. I'll go ahead and do it for myself. Because why? I'm very important. I'm an important person. I love myself. So why mistreat yourself? What happened to self-love and care, you know? And we must really, like, kill this perception or this mentality that when someone looks nice or they go away, it's a man that sponsored it. It's not. It's not a man. It's not always a man. Okay? It's not always a man. Yo. And yeah, so that was it from me today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any inquiry, put it in the description box. Is it the description box? Put it in the comment section below and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe again. I'm repeating this. Yo, I love you. See you in my next video. Mwah!